Hello everybody, I hope you're really well today. Well, we are going to have a look at frogs today. So I've got my board, I just have to get it in front of the camera. Oops, there we are. It's very tricky doing camera back to front. Right, so how many frogs? 1, 2, sorry, it's a little bit slow. 3, 4, oops, he's a bit falling off. And the last one, 5. Oh, he's having a snore. 5 little speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum! One jumped into the pool. Whee! Splash! Where it was nice and cool. Now there are only 4 frogs left. Glub, glub. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what was he eating? I think he was eating a big fly with his sticky tongue. Can you do that? Now, 4 little speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum! What was this one eating? Maybe a wiggly, wiggly worm, which you've got to suck up as if it's a big spaghetti. He jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Whee! Splash! Now there are only 3 frogs left. Glub, glub. Ooh, it's like the log is floating on the sea. Right, let's see how many. 1, 2, 3. There they are. 3 little speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum! What was this one eating? Maybe he was eating a crunchy beetle. Can you make a crunchy noise? He jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Splash! Now there are only 2 frogs left. Glub, glub. 2 little speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum! Now, what was this one eating? Maybe he was eating a snail. Oh, I hope so, because I don't like snails in my garden. So he can eat all the snails he wants, because the snails eat all my flowers. He jumped into the pool. Whee! Splash! Where it was nice and cool. Now there is only 1 frog left. Glub, glub. He looks a bit tired, doesn't he? Maybe it's nearly bedtime. 1 little speckled frog sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum! What was he eating? I know. Was he eating lots of ants? Gosh, he would have to eat an awful lot to fill up a frog. He jumped into the pool. Whee! Splash! Oh, he's nearly fallen out. Splash! Where it was nice and cool. Now there are no more speckled frogs. Glub, glub. They're all in the water. Can you see? All of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All in the water. Now I'm going to put the speckled frogs away. And I've got something else with me now. Because in here I've got a great big leaf. And on my great big leaf, you're going to see, if I can get them out of the bag. They want to come out. Oh, there they are. I've got lots of insects on my... It's a leaf. Can you see? Look, it's lovely, isn't it? And on my leaf, I've got lots and lots of insects. I have got... Sorry, I'm just getting myself into the right position for you all. I have got a spider. Can you see? There he is. Sorry, it's very difficult to get the camera. There it is. A spider. Now, And then we've also got a dragonfly and a bee, that's my favourite insect, and a very pretty butterfly. Down in the garden where nobody goes, there's a great big spider washing his clothes with a scrub-a-dubber here and a scrub-a-dubber there. That's the way he's washing his clothes, with an eye tie, oogie boogie woogie, with an eye tie, oogie boogie woogie, with an eye tie, oogie boogie woogie. That's the way he's washing his clothes. Down in the garden where nobody goes, there's a great big bee washing his clothes with a scrub-a-dubber here and a scrub-a-dubber there. That's the way he's washing his clothes, with an eye tie, oogie boogie woogie, with an eye tie, oogie boogie woogie, with an eye tie, oogie boogie woogie. That's the way he's washing his clothes. Down in the garden where nobody goes, there's a very pretty butterfly washing her clothes with a scrub-a-dubber here and a scrub-a-dubber there. That's the way she's washing her clothes, with an eye tie, oogie boogie woogie, with an eye tie, oogie boogie woogie, with an eye tie, oogie boogie woogie. That's the way she's washing her clothes. Down in the garden where nobody goes, there's a very pretty dragonfly washing her clothes with a scrubber here and a scrubber there. That's the way she's washing her clothes, with an eye tie, oogie boogie woogie, with an eye tie, oogie boogie woogie, with an eye tie, oogie boogie woogie. That's the way she's washing her clothes. Now, I showed you all these insects because they're the sort of bugs that frogs like to eat, but I don't think that they would eat a bee, do you? Because a bee might sting them in the mouth, and I don't think that they would do that. And I have to say, actually, they probably would eat a butterfly, poor butterfly, and they probably would eat a spider. And if they could catch one, they would definitely eat a dragonfly, but I think that the bee is safe. So I'm going to put them out of the way now. And I've got a little poem in a book, and it shows, it's about a little baby frog. And the little baby frog, they change a lot because they start off as frog spawn, and then they become a tadpole, and then I'm going to show you a book all about it in a minute, so I won't tell too much, but they lose their little tail, and then they become like a little frog, and they're called a froglet. Anyway, so this is a mummy frog and her baby. But mummy frogs and daddy frogs, they don't actually know who their babies are, because they're not like us, like humans who obviously know who their babies are and look after them very carefully. A frog and a fish and snakes and turtles and things like that, they lay their eggs and then they just say bye-bye, and the babies are on their own. And you remember we did talk about that last time, because we were talking about dinosaur babies, and we were talking about turtles and how the mummy turtles come up and lay their eggs in the sand, and then they go back to the sea, and the eggs are protected. The mummy leaves them all protected, but then the babies hatch on their own. The mummy's nowhere there, and nor is the daddy. So a lot of insects are like that, and reptiles and fish. So they don't actually know who their mummies and daddies are. But this one says, little Tommy Tadpole began to weep and wail, for little Tommy Tadpole had lost his tail. And his mother didn't know him, as he wept upon a log, for he wasn't Tommy Tadpole, but Mr. Thomas Frog. But he's only a little tiny frog. He's a froglet. Now, I've got a lovely book that tells us all about the frogs. And then we might have to have a song about the little green frog, which you know very, very well. Now, I'm just going to get that music up so it's ready to go in a moment. But just now, oh gosh, that gave me a fright. I don't want that song. We're going to have a look at this book called The Little Green Frogs. I'm going to move right back because it opens up to being a really big book. So I hope you can see that. Yes, there, I'll move it this way. Now, this book is written by a lady called Frances Barry, and I think she's done the drawings and the story because there's nobody else mentioned, so she must have done both. Very clever lady. Little Green Frogs. Now, she likes dragonflies. Look, can you see the dragonflies? And here's a lily pad, and there's the lily flowers. Frog spawn, floating in the pond. How will you grow? Now, frog spawn's very tiny. This looks like they're giant, and they look like big eyeballs, don't they? But frog spawn are really very, very small, really small. You can see them, but they're very little. Frog spawn, hatching in the pond. How will you grow? Now look, see what's coming out of the little eggs is a tiny little tadpole, and it's got a little tail. Can you see? And look, here's a little goldfish in the pond. Now, when we open this book, it goes round. Can you see? Tadpoles, wiggling in the pond. Now your tails show. Look, see their tails are there? And they've got a sort of a see-through-y bit that's on top of their tail. Now, it's a bit difficult to hold this book. I'll hold it like that. There we are. Let's open the next page. Here come your back legs, kicking as they grow. Now, they've still got their tail, but they've got little back legs now, so they can kick. But all this time, since they've been frog spawn up until now, they've just lived in the water, not outside of the water, like grown-up frogs do. Next come your front legs, splashing as they grow. So they're still in the water all the time, not coming out. Oh, look. They're looking a bit more like frogs now, aren't they? Their tails are shrinking. It says, the book says, see, your tail's shrinking, wriggling as they go. Now, when the tadpole, or the little, it's not quite a tadpole, but it's not quite a frog either. They're very, very dark. They're sort of a dark browny, green, black colour. They're not green like a normal grown-up frog, but they soon will be. Froglets coming up for air. Where will you go? Now look, can you see they're getting more green now? And they're called froglets because they're not as big as a frog, but they're bigger than a tadpole. And they do look like frogs now. They don't have tails anymore. Oh, look, they've gone lighter green now. Green frogs, crawling from the pond. Ready, steady, hop, hop. Go, frogs, go. Wow, they're gigantic frogs now, aren't they? Isn't that a wonderful book? There we are. I'm going to put that to one side, and we're going to have our song of the Little Green Frog, which you all know very, very well. And might do it twice because you can jump up and down. So get into a position to jump up and down now, and off you go. Went the little green frog one day. Went the little green frog. Went the little green frog one day, and we all went. But we know frogs go hop, la 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 la, hop, la 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 la, hop, la 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 la. We know frogs go hop, la 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 la. They don't go. Went the little green frog one day. Went the little green frog. Went the little green frog one day, and we all went. But we know frogs go hop, la 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 la, hop, la 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 la, hop, la 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 la. We know frogs go hop, la 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 la. They don't go. Now, that's it for today. I'll see you next time. Lots